All right, let's talk Green Bay Packers here for a little bit. Look, the Packers, of course, are known for finding a lot of value in the middle rounds of the draft, specifically the second or third rounds. If you look back last season, it's just a great example of that. And this latest report indicates that the Packers have found another great player who's off to a phenomenal start. Let's get into the article, then we'll talk about it more in detail on the other side. This is courtesy of NFL Trade Rumors. Doesn't involve a trade, though. All right, Packers second round DB Javon Bullard is in position to make an immediate impact for Green Bay's defense and could potentially start alongside safety Xavier McKinney or in the slot. Just loved his tape, Packers defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley said via The Athletic's Matt Schneidman. Love the way he played, love the play style, love the versatility. He's a physical guy. He can run, he can cover, he can play deep, he can play in the slot, he can blitz. He's bigger when you see him. Have you seen him yet? He's thick, strong. The best part about it, and I kind of said the same thing about X, talking about McKinney, is you don't really know what you're getting until you get into the meeting room with them. I mean, he's a sharp guy. His ability to learn and process in those two days, talking about rookie minicamp, was impressive. You get a guy who can play that fast and can take what he learned in the meeting room and bring it out in the field, and he's got a chance. So again, a small glimpse of what we're going to get when they get here, but excited to have him here. All right, look, Packers fans, you guys know, obviously, that the safety position, due to some injuries, but due to some poor performance as well, was not the best spot for Green Bay. They obviously addressed it with McKinney a little bit, but it looks like they got a whole overhaul with Bullard off to such a strong start as well. Miles, I'm curious what your thoughts are on this, but first, Packers fans, in the comment section below, outside of Bullard, because we're going to talk about him today, what other Packers draft pick are you really excited about? There's a lot of potential options to choose from. I personally like Lloyd, but there's a lot of great ones you can pick as well. Give us the other Packers draft pick that you're really excited about and put them in the comment section below. But Miles, what are your thoughts on Bullard right here and everything he could do for this Packers defense?
Yeah, Nick, I think this guy is crazy versatile. It's like we said early on, he's already been doing great in OTAs as well, but he just impressed from day one. Hafley talks about what he's able to do just in 2 short days at rookie minicamp, and he's playing really fast because he could grasp the concepts. They go in the classroom, they talk about stuff, he go on the field and execute almost instantly because he's able to absorb the information so quickly. But I like this guy, and I like that they picked him up because you look at him in college. The guy played in the slot in college. He played deep safety in college. He played in the box in college. It's like he said, Hafley said, he's a bigger guy. You know, he's got some size on him. He's like 200 pounds. This guy really is so versatile. So I love what he's doing. I love what is going on. He plays really high level, even at the biggest games. You look at in 2022, he was the defensive MVP of the national title game. You know, he was the defensive MVP of that semifinal college football game as well. This guy just absolutely shines all the time, even when the pressure is at the highest. So I think bringing in Bullard, like you said, McKinney, I think it was a great option to get the ball rolling. But I think Bullard is going to be the future of this defensive overhaul, and we're already seeing he looks so instinctive. He can make his presence felt at every single level of the field, which I think is very valuable, being able to place him anywhere. And he can just do all kinds of stuff for this Green Bay defense. I think Hafley is going to have a field day with this guy.
Well, especially considering how bad they were at safety. And this is a Packers defense that gave up a lot of yards and points. But the reality is, if you look at them on paper, certainly their front seven, they were very good. And I think they're going to get better. They were pretty young up front last year as well. And of course, I think everyone recognizes they're okay. They're solid at corner in terms of the outside corner position. In some cases, some people say really good. It all depends. But I think they're okay at corner. Safety was the big liability. And the numbers back it up. If you look at 2 guys who played a lot last year, looking at Jonathan Owens and Anthony Johnson Jr., don't want to disparage these guys too much, but they graded out in terms of coverage, Johnson Jr. 53.9 and Jonathan Owens 59.6, right? So again, you're talking about failing grades, guys who play a lot at the safety position. That's not ideal. And even Darnell Savage, a guy I actually like, he graded out at 74.2, which is good, but not spectacular, right? And there's a reason why the Packers went out and got McKinney, and there's a reason they went out and drafted Bullard, right? They obviously recognized, and rightly so, that they needed help at the safety position, and it had to be a position that they really had to address. And it's one of those things, and I really like the fact they double-dipped in free agency and in the draft, because you never know with free agents. Sometimes the guys, McKinney's been around a lot. Is he a year past his prime? Has he lost a step? Or if you just go the rookie route, the draft is always a crapshoot. So I really like the approach the Packers took here, but I honestly think they got both were big hits here, because if you look at another Packers coach here, let me make sure I can pull this up. This is from defensive passing game coordinator Derek Ansley. He was also very impressed with what he saw from Bullard. He said he's just got a phenomenal skill set. He can do a lot of different things. He's smart, can pick it up quickly, very instinctive. But when he gets to the point of contact, he gets there with a chip on his shoulder. I love that we're hearing from coaches how smart he is, right? It's one of those things we always, during OTAs, we always seem to be blown away. Oh, he looks fast, or he looks big, and he looks strong. And, rightly so, those things matter. But intelligence, the ability to pick up an offense or a defense, in this case, quickly translate it to the field, that's how you make an impact as a rookie. And it looks like Bullard is on a trajectory to do just that.
Yeah, and you brought up something I love. We always hear he looks fast, he looks strong, and it's like almost like no duh. These guys are professional athletes. They're all probably fast and strong. Like you brought up the smart factor, and I love compounding that. They're saying he's fast because he is smart. He is able to know what's going on. He is able to analyze the field. So it's like you said, that's something we always talk about OTAs. People talk about OTAs. They're saying, well, what can you actually garner from OTAs? Well, what we can garner from OTAs with this guy especially is that he's learning, and because he can learn and develop so quickly, he's able to perform at his, God-given size, speed, talent on the field from day one. So I think that's really important too, is like you brought up. He's smart, but that's the thing is he's fast and strong and good on the field so early because he is so smart.